Hi! You don't need a super long growing season to start harvesting earlier than you think, maybe even as early as June.
If you like this video, please subscribe and like.
If you have a short growing season, do you ever sometimes get a little discouraged when you watch a YouTube channel and the gardener's pulling out buckets of tomatoes and cucumbers even in June and go, wow, my season is just too short and not long enough for me to even start getting a harvest like that in June? True, I'm not getting tomatoes right now in my Zone 4 Wyoming backyard, but let me show you what I do have. This year I planted a little bit early and I had some great results. Let me show you what I did get done. On June 14th, I was able to harvest not only these radishes, but also some baby Japanese turnips, which fed us for 2 different meals. I've had a few other successes too. Let me show you. Radishes offer a quick turnaround time. These were planted May 28th. This bok choy was planted on April 4th and was ready for us. We've got another round of Japanese turnips that need picked. Now, I wish I could say that these tomatoes were mine, but of course they aren't. But the arugula was, and it made a wonderful salad. Here's the end of it. Obviously, the cheese you see wasn't mine either. I don't have a cow. Mmm. Now, although I've only been able to harvest 4 things, considering that it's only June, and this is Zone 4 Wyoming at 6,800 feet above sea level, I think that's pretty impressive. And I know that I'm going to have continued harvest as the season progresses. These Napa cabbage are coming along nice. These spuds are coming along nicely. They're even recovering well from a June 10th frost. I expect a bumper harvest. Last year we had about 40 pounds. Look at these massive onions planted March 20th. They didn't even flinch in the cold. I also reckon we'll be having some beans. I could probably start harvesting these beets, but I'm going to let them get a little bit bigger. Remember that raised bed we have in our front yard? Well, look at these squash. They're taking off like there's nobody's business. We should have a bumper crop here later this summer. Our kids are looking forward to their pumpkins. Last year we got a couple fruit off one vine. When I moved back to Wyoming, I was determined not to let the what I knew to be a very short growing season stop me from gardening. I wanted to learn how to still enjoy what I love and yet even get a bigger harvest than what I got in my more maybe inviting climate in Oregon. So I'm still experimenting. I'm still trying. I heard another gardener on YouTube tell me that so much of gardening is learning to be a problem solver. Each climate presents so many different issues. My biggest threat often is the short season, late frost, and sometimes early frost in the fall. So learning how to prepare against those will help me to get bigger and better harvest. Will I be perfect every year? No. Will I have some failures? Yes. I've already had some this year. I planted peas in March. Not a good idea. Despite the quick warm up, April went back to being cold. He stunted the peas and I had to replant. So, not everything's going to be successful, but that's okay, especially when you're fighting a short growing season. Look at the results you do have. Learn from them. Don't be afraid to experiment and watch what happens. So get out there, get those hands dirty, and start growing your own food and see what type of abundant harvest you can have for you and your family. Thank you so much for watching and join us next time as we continue to grow within the shadows of the everlasting hills.